So lots of people are practicing with their sponges at the moment, and that's really, really good to keep your hand in what we're doing. So one thing that I'm seeing a lot is people practicing mega volume fans, which is really good. Teach yourself something new, but we definitely need to keep in mind what we were taught at the very beginning. So when we're creating 0.07 fans, because this is what we all start with, we are taught that really we don't want to go any more than 6 to a fan. And if you look at the actual base of that fan, it is nice and fine and there's minimal glue. We haven't got a big dollop of glue. And these are safe to put on natural lashes, these sorts of weights. So I'm not somebody that's been and weighed fans with the world's most sensitive scales, but I am going to be using my initiative and my common sense from what I have learned in the beginning, that the bases look something like this on a 0.07 fan. Obviously, this is a 5D fan. It's pretty safe for most clients. And the one next to it is a 0.03. So this is what we would consider a mega volume fan. And the base of this is the same as this. So for me using my initiative, my common sense, my initial learning is that this fan and this fan is probably weighing about the same, taking into consideration as well the glue that we have to use to stick all these really fine hairs together. So here is what I've been seeing a lot of, like a lot. Please ignore this fan. I don't actually ever create fans this big and wide, so I do struggle to do that. This is a 0.07 and this is a 0.03 again. These are the fans and the bases that I'm seeing a lot of. Now, you would never, ever, ever be able to safely apply this base with this much glue to a natural lash over and over and over again when that client keeps coming back for their infill. You will eventually damage and weaken the hair follicle. If that lash is repeatedly pulled out, you will completely scar that hair follicle and that lash will never grow back. If that happens 100 times over in that set of lashes, then your client's missing half of her eyelashes. And this is what happens. If you think about your grandmother, for example, who lost all of her eyebrows because she plucked them back in the 80s. And again, in like the noughties, where we all plucked all our eyebrows out and they never grew back. It's this over plucking and the lashes falling out prematurely. Now, if we compare this mega fan to a 0.07, as in bases looking the same, you would never in your right mind put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You would never put 12 to a 0.07 fan. It's just ridiculous. It's so heavy. But if you compare it in bases, this is what we're doing with these mega fans. Just because it's a mega fan doesn't mean it has to be absolutely ridiculously huge. It just means that we create more density here to cover. It's got more coverage, but it's got the same weight. So somebody that's got big sparse areas, this would fill more of a gap than this would, because there is less space between the lashes than there is in the 0.07s. So I hope that's helpful. If you're trying to teach yourself mega volume lashing, just remember that rule of thumb that we don't really want to be putting any more than 6 to a fan on a 0.07, and let that relate down when you're going towards your 0.05s and your 0.03s.